It's game day at Indiana University. But before the first play is called, signals are checked, not from the players, but from the helmets they wear. The Hoosiers hit the field wearing a device that can detect concussions, even before a player reports any symptoms.
So it alerts us it's an eye in the sky. It's a backup to our own eyes watching players practice and play.
Here's how it works. Every helmet is equipped with sensors that monitor how much force, known as G-force, a player's head receives during a game. The helmet transmits the data to a computer system. If a player receives a blow to the head above a certain threshold, usually 98 Gs, the computer pages the medical staff and tells them which player was hit.
132 at 13.
And how hard, so they can check him out.
You all right, G? You okay?
That's important because the symptoms of concussion are often subtle and usually ignored by players. The hope is that a player can be removed from a game without risking further damage. The medical staff also keeps a record of how many impacts a player's head receives during a season.
And you get it all right here. We get it all right on the system.
Now, there are lots of numbers to look at, lots of graphs to analyze, all that information coming from this helmet. But what really matters is the safety of the players and the effects of this violent game. Watch Andrew Means from a game last year.
He catches the ball, boom, boom. Seems like a big hit.
I barely remember me even grabbing the ball and catching it, but anything after that is just gone.
Andrew was not knocked out, but he did suffer a concussion. Data from his helmet revealed a violent sequence of events occurring in just a split second. As Andrew was hit by the opposing player, the impact is high, but just below the concussion threshold. When he hits the ground, however, his helmet records a second huge hit, 155 Gs.
So it will look like one impact is actually two impacts.
Andrew was sidelined for several weeks, but is back and better than ever this year.
How many times you watch that tape?
I've watched it multiple times, and every time it gets better, too.
The helmets have also shown that it's not just how hard you get hit, it's where you get hit. On this play, number 20 suffers a concussion and is knocked unconscious from a hit on the side of his head that registered only 65 Gs.
So what you've already learned just from having this system is that if you take a hit to one side of the head versus the top, these are much worse.
They can be much worse and at a lower threshold.
65G knocked that guy out cold, whereas 155G did not knock the other guy out.
That's correct.
Indiana is one of 8 college teams using the technology this fall at a cost of about $50,000 per system. The hope is there will be fewer concussions by keeping an electronic eye on all the hard knocks.